Good evening and welcome to our fourth and final game as the Mount Marty Lancers will be taking on the Dakota State University Trojans here in the nightcap. This is our fourth game here at the South Dakota NAIA Basketball Classic. First, we started off at 2 o'clock this afternoon as the women kicked us off. Dakota Wesleyan versus Presentation. Dakota Wesleyan came away with the win, 89-57. Then it was the men's turn at 4 o'clock with an 86-69 win. We just finished up with probably what was our best game of the day, Mount Marty versus Dakota State, as the Lancers beat the Lady T's 72-69. This is our last game coming up here as Mount Marty 77-69, excuse me, as now it's the men's turn. We will be back tomorrow with 4 more games starting at noon. Mount Marty versus Presentation women, Mount Marty versus Presentation men, and then at 4 o'clock it will be Dakota Wesleyan versus Dakota State women and Dakota Wesleyan versus Dakota State men. We are 40 seconds from starting lineups here. As we get ready for this tip-off, Coach Michael Larson filling in for Coach Gary Gardner, who just had surgery this week. Coach, if you're listening and watching, we wish you the best of luck and can't wait to see you back courtside here for the Trojans. On the other side of the ball, it's Augustana living legend Cody Schilling in his first coaching debut, his first game. Earlier he had said he was not nervous at all as he gets ready for his very first coaching assignment. So Mount Marty will be introduced first. At one guard, a 6-foot senior, number 3, O.J. Thok from Omaha, Nebraska. Another senior from Richardson, Texas, 5'11" guard, number 5, Marcus Mateo. At another guard from Seneca, Illinois, 6'3" guard, senior, Conlon Callahan, number 20. Number 34, Shea Block, a 6'5" sophomore guard from Lesterville, South Dakota. And at forward, 6'5" senior from Ellsworth, Minnesota, number 42, Drew Chesky. So for Coach Cody Schilling, it will be Thuk, Mateo, Callahan, Block, and Chesky. Now it's Dakota State's lineup. At guard, a 5'9" senior from Crook, South Dakota, number 0, Brendan Boomsma. At forward, a 6'4" junior from Waterloo, Iowa, number 3, Keenan Johnson. At another guard, a 6'3" senior from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 12, Kevin Daniels. At forward, a 6'9" junior from Mission, South Dakota, Justin Folkers. At forward, a 6'6" junior from Cedar Rapids, number 24, Maurice Arlington. So Boomsma, Johnson, Daniels, Folkers, Arlington for the Trojans. As the lights will begin to shine again here. As we're going to get ready to tip this off as our final game of the night. 4 more tomorrow starting at noon. as we get ready to tip this off. As the tip is controlled by Dakota State, as Sioux came away with it. Into the left side, drive, look, kick out, three-point shot, up, no good, rebounded by Mateo. So Mateo at the top of the key. Over, look, and tipped out of bounds. Good defensive recovery. As the ball stays with the Lancers. And we're going to have an offensive foul on a moving screen. Marty comes in with a record of 1-0. Dakota State comes in with a record of 2-1. As Chesky's called for the foul. Curl route inside, good job. As Arrington scores first, making it 2-0 for the Trojans. Good curl for Arrington coming off that screen. Three-point shot, back rim, no good. Rebounded by Folkers. And the Trojans push the ball up the floor quickly. That's Daniels with it. Daniels again. Feed inside, easy touch, easy basket. Folkers. And just like that, it's 4-0 Dakota State. Mateo running the show for Coach Schilling. And we're going to have a bump foul. That one's going to go against Folkers as Mateo was dribbling around waiting for some screens and some back cuts. Good defense there, preventing an entry pass for Mount Marty. Mateo off to the left side, into the corner. Drive, floater, up, in, good. As that's O.J. Thok, the senior from Omaha, Nebraska, as he comes away with the steal. Thok into the corner, drive, ball lost by Callahan. Over into the corner, back out, deep three, back rim, no good. And we're going to have a foul called. And I believe that's going to go against Callahan. Chesky got the rebound, but they're going to call it on Callahan. No, excuse me, they called it on Block. Block's first, team second. Inside, look, kick back out. Ball movement going around. Arrington with it. Back to Arrington, tries to feed inside. Good three-quarter defense and wraparound by Callahan. Drive, and before the shot, no basket. That foul is going to go on Boomsma. That's his first, team second. Thok feeds inside at the block. Turnaround, fadeaway jumper, up and in, good. Is Shea Block. So Block's first basket of the game on the turnaround. We're all tied up at 4. Three-point shot, no good. Ball tipped out, long rebound. And the Trojans are able to run it down, and we're going to have a traveling call on Daniels as he shuffled his feet before he took off. Mateo brings it across the timeline into Thook. Mateo gets it back. Screen goes off the screen. Up, shot partially tipped. Rebound comes away with by Arrington. Inside, confusion. Recovery as Arrington shoots back rim as there were bodies all over the place in the paint. Callahan, kick out. Deep three, back rim no good. As Mateo misses the shot, Johnson with the rebound. And now walking it up is Daniels. And we have a foul called. That one's going to go on Chesky with the hold as he was fronting Folkers. Checking in is Trent Williams as Chesky has picked up his second foul. Checking in for the Trojans is Farquay. And Elder. Boomsma with it. Back to the top of the key. Boomsma looks, drives, kicks, shot, three, money. Johnson for three. His first basket and first assist for Boomsma. Callahan with it. Back to Callahan on the left side. Boomsma on him. Down into the post. We're going to get a foul called as they got the ball into Trent Wilson. Farquhar, his first. And we're going to have an offensive foul. As that one's going to go on Shea Block, his second foul. And that's 4 for Mount Marty. Sheldon Simmonsma checks in for Block. Simmonsma, a 6'5" freshman. As that one goes off of the legs as they tried to feed a pass. But Callahan was right there. Watch Simmonsma. He can get hot, and he can get hot fast. He's a pure sharpshooter, and we're going to have a foul, and that one's going to go against Johnson. 7-4 with about 5 minutes and 16 seconds off of the game clock. Johnson's first. Zane Schumacher checks in. Number 4 for the Lancers. Shot up by Callahan, no good. Rebounded by McGreal. McGreal is also checked into the game. That one goes down to Farquhar. Shot up, 3, good. Keenan Johnson for 3. He's got 6. And that's what the lead is right now. Shoemaker with it. Over to Callahan. Simmonsma. Left side, hands off. Down the lane, floater, contact, no call. Was Mateo. Rebounded by Farquhar. And the Trojans have it at the top of the key. Boomsma. And we're going to have an offensive foul called. Lots of offensive fouls called here in this game. Farquay, the 6'7" senior from Allen, Texas, picks up his first, and that's the fourth on Dakota State. Shoemaker will bring the ball up across the timeline. Callahan with it. Callahan gets it to Wilson, and we're going to have a foul on the ground as Simmonsma went to take off. That one goes on McGreal, his first, team 6. So next foul here with 13:31, Marty will shoot free throws. Inside, up, and we're going to say no basket, and they're going to call traveling. So a turnover by the Lancers. And DSU has the ball. 3-point shot, up, good. Keenan Johnson for 3 again. As Johnson now is 3 of 3 from three-point land for 3 points. Callahan drives, layup in and good. Seven-point lead. Almost a turnover, good recovery there. Kick, 3-point attempt, back rim, and we're going to have a foul as a good box out there by Mateo. Johnson tried to go over the top. Second on Johnson. So we're now at the 1-and-1. Mateo will go to the line to shoot the free throws. 12:41 and already 7 fouls on Dakota State. Mateo's first free throw, no good. Rebounded by McGreal. Free throws are going to be crucial for Mount Marty here as it's 13-6. Nice bounce pass inside. Folker's there to score. And down on the ground is Trent Wilson as they're going to help him up. Because they stopped it, they're going to take Wilson to the bench. Coach Schilling will have to bring somebody in. Looks like it's going to be number 2, Hunter Martin, 6'1" junior guard from Ainsworth, Nebraska. Ball is inbounded. Smaller lineup here for Coach Schilling. Shoemaker picked up his dribble. And we're going to have a traveling call on Martin as he shuffled his feet. So Coach Michael Larson, who's taken over for Coach Gary Gardner, who, again, we wish a speedy recovery to, has Dakota State up 15-6. Elder with it. Kick out, shot, 3, good. As Falcon Albers has his first bucket. And we're going to have a timeout called by Coach Schilling as it's 18-6. Dakota State led behind the 9 points of Keenan Johnson, 3 of 3 from the field, all of them behind the arc. And for Mount Marty, they've got 3 people each with 1 basket. O.J. Thook, 1 of 1 for 2 points. Callahan, 1 of 3. And Block, 1 of 1. Mateo, 0 of 3. here in the almost first half of this first half, as they're only 3 of 8 from the field. Largest lead is right now at 12, as DSU has led throughout this whole game. Both teams with 5 turnovers. (18-6) Trojans over the Lancers in our final game of the night. I want to thank you for joining me all day as we come along here. We'll be back tomorrow. Mount Marty men play at 2 o'clock. The Trojans play at 6, capping off the weekend. My name's Lee Palmer. I want to thank you for joining me as Mateo gets it to Shoemaker. Callahan, a deep 3, and missed as it rattled in and out, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 3, as that one's going to go on Justin Folkers. That's his second. And the team's 8th, and Callahan puts in his first free throw. Second one is good. Callahan missed that one. 2 of 4 for the Lancers here from the free throw line. Dakota State yet to shoot a free throw. Brady Elder, 5'10" freshman guard from Pleasantville, Iowa, running the show for the Trojans. And another traveling call. That one's going to go against Daniels. As that's 6 turnovers now on the Trojans. Mateo over to Shoemaker. Simmonsma. Hands off, drives up, saves it. Simmonsma comes up with it, doesn't touch the rim. Callahan for 3, money ball. Callahan for 3. As Scarber had lost it going up, had presence of mind to catch it out of bounds before coming down and getting it to Simmonsma. Up, in. Good muscle move by Arrington, as Simmonsma doesn't have a chance against that big body of that 6'6" frame. Smaller lineup on the floor for Coach Schilling. Kick out. Mateo for 3. Lead is now down to 6 with just over 10 minutes left. And we have a whistle. That one's on Martin, his first. That's 5 team fouls on Mount Marty. 6, excuse me. Drive up, in, good. Daniels for 2. Callahan pulls up, kicks back out to Mateo. Passed up on the 15-footer. Mateo, deep 3. He hits back-to-back 3s. He's now got 6 points, 2 of 5. 2 of 3 from three-point land. Three-point attempt. Daniels, no good. That's going to go out of bounds. Mount Marty basketball. Teo, under 10 minutes to go. 22-17 Trojans lead. Shoemaker. No, excuse me. That was Martin with it. Mateo, 3 of them in a row. The lead is now down to 2. Marcus Mateo with 3 3-pointers in a row for the Lancers. Ball stolen away. Up, layup, no good, missed. And we're going to get a foul after that. Scarber with the steal, missed the layup. Elder came up with the rebound. Scarber fouled him. That's 16 fouls. Both teams will now be in the bonus. Scarber had an easy layup. Just too strong off the glass. As Daniels now takes the ball between his legs, brings it across the timeline. Boomsma checks back in. Daniels loses the ball again. Scarber's got it. Bounce pass to Mateo. He's going to slow it down and see what Coach Schilling wants to run. Callahan pump fakes the 3. Kicks Mateo off the screen. Mateo for 3. Misses. His first miss in 4 shots off the front of the rim. And good job by Simmonsma to tip it. And then it went off of Albers as the 6'4" guard. And we have a timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout called by Coach Larson. 9 points for Mateo, 7 for Callahan for Mount Marty. For Dakota State, 9 points for Johnson, who's been quiet here lately, and 4 for both Falkers and Arrington. It's been one basket in about 3 minutes for the Trojans, as the Lancers bring it across the timeline. And the ball goes through Callahan's hands. Daniels comes up with it, and we're going to have an offensive foul. Callahan had set up. We have the privilege of replay here as we look, and that's a good call. Callahan was set. Daniels took his hip and chucked. No, they changed the call now. Excuse me. So we all thought it was an offensive foul. They changed it. That foul now goes on Callahan. Basket is good. And Daniels will shoot the free throw. First free throw attempt here. For the Trojans. And that one is good. Daniels now with 5 points as Mateo brings it across the timeline. Mateo to Martin. Martin looks to Callahan. Callahan feeds to Martin just north of the block. Tries to get to Simmonsman. It's tipped out of bounds. Good play there by Arrington, the Cedar Rapids junior. As Callahan finally gets it in, but the ball is going to be lost. They're going to say last touch by Mateo. Turnover by Scarber. Daniels with it. Pump fake. Penetration drive. Bozema kicks to the corner. Floater up, no good. Rebound Simmonsma. Arrington missed that jumper. And Callahan goes too hard under the rim. He misses the shot, and he's going to get called for the foul as Bozema comes up with it on that rebound. His second, team's 8, both teams in the bonus. Bozema shooting the 1-and-1. Checking back in for the Lancers, Shoemaker, Thook, and Block. So it's Block, Thook, Simmonsma, as that free throw is no good, rebounded by Block. Mateo on the floor for the Lancers. As ball's tipped out of bounds, it's Daniels, Elder, Boomsma, McGreal, and Arrington on the floor for the Trojans. Shoemaker to Mateo. Mateo dribbles, floats one, up and good. 25-22, 6:55 left here in the half. Feed inside to McGreal. Bounce pass, Arrington, kick out, ball movement, and we're going to have a travel again called on Daniels. And Daniels just puts his hands in the air, trying to figure out what he has done wrong on shuffling that feet. Largest lead of the game was 12 for the Trojans. The Lancers have cut it to 3. They've never led. Mateo floater, no good. Into the hands of Daniels. Daniels, kick over. Inside, we're going to have a holding foul, and I believe that's going to go on Simmonsma. So Simmonsma with the foul, and Arrington to shoot the 1-and-1. It'll be double bonus on the next foul as Arrington sinks that free throw on Mount Marty with 6:16 left here. As that one rolls around, no good. Simmonsma couldn't time it, but McGreal lost the handle of it, and Block came away with it. And we have a foul, as that one's going to go on Daniels, and Block will go to the line to shoot. That's his first. So both teams will be in the double bonus now for the rest of this half, as we're at already 18 fouls called with 6 minutes left. That one in and out. Arrington with the rebound. Boomsma with it. Kick over left wing, 3-point, no good. Daniels comes away with it. As we're going to have a traveling call. That's the third turnover and third traveling call on Daniels. Daniels now has 5 turnovers here in this first half. Simmonsma, NBA 3, good. Sheldon Simmonsma for 3, and the lead is down to 1. A huge lift for Coach Schilling to bring him off the bench. Simmonsma, when at Del Rapids, could get streaky and get hot from the 3-point line. Shoemaker tips it. Elder with it. Now Daniels resets. Daniels for three, tipped. Push the ball out. 3-point shot, no good. And shot clock violation. Turnover, Dakota State. Looking over at the bench, Drew Chesky has his leg up, has ice wrapped around that ankle. Not a good sign for the Lancers. As the 6'5" senior went out early. Look, first lead of the game for the Lancers. 27-26, 4:35 left. Arrington loses the ball off his knee. Lancer basketball. Mateo over to Simmonsma. Thuck to Shoemaker. Mateo resets the play. 10 on the shot clock. Mateo Larries throws one up, in off the glass for two. Extends the lead to 3. Mount Marty, who had trailed 18-6 at one point, is on a 23-8 run. And Daniels for 2. Daniels now with 7 points. Schumacher, Simmonsma in the corner, 3, little strong, rebound by McGreal. Daniels with it. 3-point shot, short, rebound Simmonsma as McGreal was short on that 3. Mateo on the left side, drives baseline, goes up, and he's going to be fouled by McGreal. First free throw is good by Mateo. (30-28) as that one rolls in and out. Free throw shooting at practice this week. Inside Arrington, ball movement, kick, no good. Arrington comes up with the rebound as Folkers had missed the 3. Boomsma, Daniels, and he travels again. 6 turnovers on Daniels. And now it's in Daniels' head as he's going to go to the bench to think this out. Checking back in is Keenan Johnson. Mateo to Thuck, a little 3-person weave here. Double high screen, Mateo back to Shoemaker. Thuck with it, 2:18. 3-point shot, rolls around the rim, no good by Block. If you're just joining us, Dakota State was up 18-6. It's a 24-10 run here as that one goes in and out by the Lancers, and they're doing it without Drew Chesky, who's on the bench with a sprained ankle. Foot elevated with ice on it. Small ball lineup. Shoemaker, Mateo, NBA three, too strong. Rebound Arrington. Ball's pushed up. Nice cut down the lane. Arrington for two. 7 points, 7 rebounds for Maurice Arrington. Just like that, we're all tied up. And offensive foul, Mateo's going to get called for the charge as the ball went through the hoop. Mateo just barrels. Into Folkers. That's Mateo's first foul. Both teams are in the double bonus now. You don't shoot on the offensive foul, but it does count towards the double bonus. Arrington for three, no good. Thook with the rebound. Outlets up to Shoemaker. Shoemaker over to Mateo. And we're going to have a timeout called, 30-second timeout for Coach Schilling. 45 seconds left, 20 on the shot clock. And our final contest of this night. (14) for Marcus Mateo as he leads all scorers. 9 for Keenan Johnson, who started out hot, 3 of 3 from three-point land. In the 9 minutes he was on the floor. Rebounds, Thook has 3 from his guard spot. 7 for Arrington to go with 7 points for Arrington. So Arrington on pace for a double-double here in this game. And we're going to have a hand check as Mateo is going to the rim. That's going to be on Elbers, his first. Mateo to shoot the 2 free throws in the double bonus. That one bounces around and is good. Mateo 2 of 4 from the free throw line. As he misses that one, so 2 of 5. As neither team is shooting great from the free throw line. 50% for the Trojans. They've only had a few opportunities. That shot goes up, no good. Shoemaker with the rebound. That's his first rebound of the game. Mateo takes it to the rim and he's going to be fouled. That's on Arrington. We're at 22 fouls. Mateo to the line to shoot again. He's 2 for 5 right now from the free throw line. 3 of 6. Callahan 2 of 3, block 0 of 1. Make that 4 of 7 as checking in. And a long heave at the end of the buzzer, no good. So at the end of the first half, the Mount Marty Lancers lead 33-30. We're going to take a break. There's 15 minutes on the clock for halftime. I'll be back at about the 3-minute mark. We'll go over some halftime stats. We will see you then.
Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. For professional calls. For expert calls. Make the right call. Choose the experts. Choose Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
We are all Edith. To learn how we are impacting breast cancer care, visit edithsanford.org.
The Sanford Pentagon is proud to be home of the South Dakota High School Basketball Hall of Fame. Please enjoy the celebration of the state's rich basketball history on display throughout the facility.
Lee Palmer back here at Heritage Court at the Sanford Pentagon as we get looking at some halftime stats. 12 of 27 for Dakota State, 11 for 23 for Mount Marty. 6 of 11 from the free throw line, 2 of 4 for Dakota State, as at the 13:31 point of this game, Mount Marty was in the bonus. 5 of 12 from three-point land, 4 of 17 for Dakota State. Rebounds, 22 for Dakota State, only 11 for Mount Marty. Not a single offensive rebound for Mount Marty. We've had 2 ties, 1 lead change, and we're about ready to get started here with the second half. It was 18-6 to start the game. Mount Marty came back on a 27-12 run to put them up by 3 as we start here this second half, and Mateo with the ball. And that's tipped out of bounds by Daniels. The story of this game has been turnovers. Turnovers, turnovers, turnovers. As we look at individual stats on turnovers, 6 of them for Daniels. As Callahan gets it inside, feed, kick back out, stolen away, Daniels. Goes for the left-handed layup, up and in and good for 2, cuts the lead to 1. Daniels had 6 turnovers, Arlington had 4. Mount Marty had nobody more than 2. The other story of this game is Chesky on the bench. Excuse me, not Chesky. Wilson. I said Chesky earlier, I was wrong. That was Wilson. It's Wilson on the bench with the ankle wrapped with ice. So I pardoned that when I said it was Chesky earlier. Chesky had been sitting on the bench, and we have another travel call, and that one's on Boomsma. And Coach Michael Larson is just giving the official an earful, as we've had 9, 10, multiple calls. There's a little weave action up top. Tried to feed inside, tipped away. Good job defensively there by Folkers. Shot up, good, 3. Keenan Johnson with another 3. That's his 4th one. He was 3 of 3 in the first half. And now he's 4 of 4. Tie ball game. Blocking foul as Callahan took off. That's going to be on Boomsma. Foul on the ground, inbound. As there's a conversation going on. Ball inside, drive up, and that one goes out of bounds. And we're going to have another meeting of officials, as that was a team rebound by the Lancers. Inbound, Mateo shoots, gets it off before the shot clock, and rebounded by Folkers. Tried to feed Folkers inside, and he stepped on the line as he grabbed the ball. It will go to Mount Marty. So Mateo, Thook, Callahan, Chesky, and Block on the floor for the Lancers. Daniels, Folkers. As that's fed inside, Callahan for two. Boomsma, Arrington, and Johnson for the Trojans. Boomsma, ball movement. Johnson feeds inside, up, no good. Rebounded by Chesky. That's his second rebound. Thook drives to the lane, up in good. 4-point lead for the Lancers. Thook now with 6. 3-point shot, front rim, no good. And it's going to be a foul. That one's going to go on Folkers. That's his third here with 16:38 left in the second half. As Farquay checks back in. Mateo across the timeline. Over to Callahan. Back to Mateo on the right side. Mateo off the screen. Splits the defenders, up and in, and good. Lead is now 6th largest lead of the night for the Lancers. As Daniels answers, he's now got 11. Mateo drives left, up, in, basket is good. Mateo now with 21 points. Lead is back to 6. Largest lead of the game. Mateo with a chance to increase this lead. 6 of 11 from the free throw line were the Lancers in the first half. That one's good. Lead is 7, their largest lead of the night. Daniels across the timeline. Callahan on him. Step back 3. As McGreal checks in for Arrington, and he puts in a 3-pointer right away as he got Block off balance. Mateo guarded by Johnson. Daniels on Thook. Thook shot off to the right, no good, and rebounded by McGreal. Johnson dribbles towards the top of the key. Daniels with it. Behind the legs retreat. Shot up. Rattles in and out. No good. Mateo with the rebound. Mateo pushing the floor. Kicks. Callahan. And too hard for Thook to handle as the senior from Omaha bounced it on the floor. Out of bounds. Turnover on the Lancers. 2-possession game here as the Lancers lead 44-40. 41 offense here. Daniels inside the 3-point lane for 2. Cuts the lead to 2. Farquay came out, set a nice screen for Daniels to come off of, stepped inside the 3-point line for the shot. Callahan. Mateo now has it. He drives, and he's going to be fouled. That one's going to go on Johnson. They're going to say it was on the floor. So third foul on Keenan Johnson as Daniels goes to the bench, and Elder checks back in. Callahan. Bounce pass to Thook. Thook bounces it off of Johnson's head. Johnson saves it, hits it into Mateo, off Mateo's body, out of bounds. Coming back in is Shoemaker and Simmonsma. Also checking back in is Boomsma. Boomsma with it towards the top of the key, gets it over to Elder. We're going to have an offensive foul, and that one's going to go on Farquay. And he's trying to just upset. Needs to calm down before it gets worse. Farquay going to the bench. Checking back in is Arrington. Mateo. Over to Callahan. Shoemaker, three, front rim, no good. Rebound, Elder. Still a 2-point lead for the Lancers. Elder with it on the left side. Dribbles, pass over to Boomsma. Arrington, back to Elder, into Arrington inside, and we're going to have a foul called. He'll be on the floor. And that's going to be on Callahan. That's his third with 13:26 left. See how long Coach Schilling will be able to leave Callahan on the floor. Boomsma. 3-point shot, no good. Mateo with it, I think it was tipped. Mateo pushing the floor, coast to coast, fouled, missed the layup. But McGreal missed the three. Simmonsma got credit for the block. Mateo rebounded it, his third rebound. Took it coast to coast, missed the layup, and now he'll shoot two. First free throw is good. So that foul's on Elder, his second, as Mateo now has 23 points in this game. Next free throw is good. Ball brought across the timeline. 3-point shot, deep one, Boomsma. Cuts the lead to 1. Been a tight game ever since Mount Marty has been able to cut from that 18-6 lead of the Trojans. Stolen away there by McGreal in the corner. Ball moved around the top of the perimeter. Boomsma. Elder for three. Bounced around, no good. In the hands of Callahan. Mateo gets the rebound. Shoemaker. Simmonsma for three. Rolls off the front of the rim, no good. Arrington with the rebound. Boomsma over to Elder. Kick back out. Drive, floater up, no good. As Albers couldn't connect. Rebound by Chesky, his third rebound. We've seen such a change in the game of basketball to the 3-point shot as Shoemaker hands off to to Mateo. Inside the 3-point line, 18-foot jumper. As Chesky puts it in for two. That's something that's been taken out of this game, is that 18-foot jump shot as people want to step back for the three. Shoemaker down the floor, leads, up and in. as Chesky now has 6 off that fast break, and the lead is back up to 5 again. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Shoemaker. Shoemaker pushes the floor again. Gets it to Mateo. Mateo, a deep 3. Front rim, no good. And trying to bounce it off of a Trojan was Callahan, to no avail. The Trojans come up with it. Albers on the rebound. And we're going to have a blocking foul. That one's on Chesky, his 3rd. And Eller was in the act of shooting. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2. That first one's good. And that free throw's good. 2 of 2. The lead has been cut to 3. Callahan into a triple team, throws it away to Daniels. Daniels down the floor, down the left side, kicks way out. 3-point shot, no good. And we're going to have a rebound and a foul on the rebound. Callahan turned it over. Daniels with the steal. Boomsma misses it. Farquhar gets the rebound and a foul on Simmonsma, his 2nd. Daniels had a chance to go up with it. Daniels fadeaway, misses everything. Mateo comes up with the rebound. But instead, Daniels had kicked it way out for a money ball to tie up the game with Boomsma, as down the lane is Chesky for 2. He now has 8. If you're just joining us, Trent Wilson, the 6'5" sophomore from Sioux City, Iowa, has been sitting on the bench from early in the first half with ice on his ankle. Daniels misses, long rebound. Elder, he puts it in for 3. It's his first offensive rebound. And now the lead is down to 2. Simmonsma, pump fake, shot 3, good. Simmonsma on a pump fake. And ended up getting Farquhar up in the air as Daniels on the block. Callahan guarding him. Simmonsma comes from behind and blocks it. But he gets his own rebound. Daniels on the putback and scores. And that's going to be the 4th foul on Callahan with 8:43 left. And Coach Schilling's going to call a full timeout as McGreal checks in for Arlington. I want to thank you for joining me if you've been with me all day, as this is our 4th and final game of the day. We'll be back here tomorrow at noon as Mount Marty women's Lancers team will take on Presentation Saints, and the men will follow at 2 o'clock as Presentation, both men and women, fell today in their first doubleheader with Dakota Wesleyan. And Dakota Wesleyan will be in the doubleheader nightcap against Dakota State. It's been a lot of fun to be with you here all day at Heritage Court in the Sanford Pentagon. A beautiful complex here in Sioux Falls. As let's see what Coach Schilling decides to do here. He brings in Thook for Callahan. So they're going to go even smaller. Thook, a 6-foot guard. Mateo, a 5'11" guard. Shoemaker at 5'9", as Daniel's free throw is good. Simmonsma then at 6'3" will have to move to almost a 4 type position when guarding. And then Chesky at 6'5". Mateo looks to drive, floats one up, back rim no good. Chesky fighting for it. Him and Daniels, it goes out of bounds. And they're going to say it's off Chesky. And the ball goes to the Trojans, trailing by 2 with 8:21 left. Daniels, Elder, Johnson, McGreal, as that shot for 3 by Daniels is good, and the Trojans retake the lead. And Fulkers on the floor was the 5th for Coach Larson. Daniels with the steal on Thook's turnover. And now Daniels turns the ball over, his 7th turnover of this game. Back and forth we have gone. It was a 12-point lead early on. The Lancers had cut it back slowly, had taken the lead. Their largest lead was 7, and now it's a 1-point lead for the Trojans. Thook. As Mateo, kick out, 3-point shot, good at the buzzer was Martin. Assist by Mateo, his 5th. Martin's first bucket of the night, and it's a big one to put him up back by 2. Under 7 minutes to go. This one's going to go right down to the wire. Inside, tipped. And able to get it back out. Daniels is going to try and reset. Johnson to Daniels. To Elder for 3. Back rim, no good. Offensive rebound, and Johnson puts it right back in. Fulkers had gotten the ball, had gotten quadruple teamed, As it is now 58-58. As that one's no good. Rebounded, Thook kicks it back out to Mateo. 24 seconds on the shot clock. Simmonsma tried to skip it inside to Chesky to no avail. Now we're down to 6. Mateo behind the back, in the lane, floats it up. Basket's good, and the foul. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. That's going to go on Daniels, his 2nd. Mateo now with 26 points, with 5 rebounds and 5 assists. As his 26 leads all scorers. And Mateo, free throw, bounces around and in. So Mateo with 27, 8 of 17. We're going to have a timeout called by Coach Larson as Mount Marty is up 61-58. Marcus Mateo, 27 points, 8 of 17, 3 of 8 from three-point land, 8 of 11 on free throws. For the Trojans, 19 from Daniels, 14 from Keenan Johnson. Nobody else in double digits for the Trojans. It was 33-30 at the half as the Lancers led. (22 of 50 in this game are the Lancers, as the Trojans 22 of 42, 9 of 29 on three-pointers made, 7 of 19. The big difference is the 5 made free throws, 10 of 15 from the line compared to 5 of 7. Neither team shooting above 72% from the free throw line. As the Trojans come out with the ball. Ball tips, rattles around, put back. Folkers missed the layup, got the offensive rebound, and the putback. He now has 6. And it's a 1-point lead. Mateo. A deep NBA 3, back rim, no good. Rebound, comes away with it. Kick out, Simmonsma for 3. Front rims it, no good. Rebounded by Folkers. Opportunities for the Lancers to increase the lead. Turnaround little hook shot there, no good. By McGreal. And Thook with his 4th rebound of this contest. Martin had it, gave it up to Thook. Simmonsma, NBA 3, and he hits it. Sheldon Simmonsma now with 9 assists from Shoemaker. I think that should have been an assist from Thook, and they do correct that. Thook. As they get it inside, up and in, rattles around, offensive rebound and put back. As Folkers now has 8, and there's really no answer inside with Callahan on the bench for Folkers. Simmonsma for 3 again, short. A chance to tie or take the lead here for the Trojans. Daniels with it. Daniels drives up. No good. Thook has it. Over to Mateo. Mateo drives. Scoop. Layup. No good. And rebound by Fulker. Fulker, the 6'9" junior from Mission. As Trent Wilson, the 6'5" sophomore for the Lancers, is on the bench, which hurts to guard Fulker as Daniels has it. Skip pass. Daniels actually shot the 3, and it's good. And the Trojans retake the lead, 65-64. 2:53 left. Mateo crossed the timeline and calls a timeout. Back and forth we go. We've had 4 ties, 4 lead changes. 3 times Dakota State had tied this game up, and now they just took their second lead change here of the night at 65-64, 2:51 left. This game is so close. 11-11 on assists, 12-11 on bench points in favor of Mount Marty. 18-15 turnovers, 18 of them going to the Trojans. 7-7 on steals, 18-15 in favor of the Trojans on points off turnovers. Both teams have had 67 possessions, and we've got a 1-point game with 2:51 left here in this game. Callahan checks back in. Throws into the backcourt to Mateo. Mateo over to Shoemaker. Simmonsma. Over to Shoemaker again. Trying to look for Callahan. Shoemaker dribbles over to Callahan. 9 on the shot clock. Shoemaker with it. 4, 3. Shoemaker. Simmonsma at the buzzer. Misses everything. Turnover on the Lancers. 2:25 left in this game. Trojans with the ball as that one's deflected away, but Daniels was able to run it down. Feed inside, Fulker, no good, and we've got a foul called. That one's going to be on Arrington, and that's going to put Mount Marty in the bonus. With 2:02 left, Simmonsma will shoot the 1-and-1. Arrington's third. That's the team's 8th. Mount Marty only has 4 fouls. We had 22 in the first half. We've only had 12 here in the second half. Simmonsman's first free throw, too strong. Arrington with the rebound. 2 minutes to go in this game. 9 rebounds for Arrington. Johnson with it. Daniels, deep 3, back rim, no good. Shoemaker with the rebound. And Mateo pushes it down the floor. Shoemaker's 4th rebound of this game. Mateo picks up his dribble, gets the ball to Callahan. Callahan looks to drive up, loses the handle. And that's an offensive foul on Callahan. And that's 5. That's the end of Callahan's night with 1:24 left. That's the 5th team foul against Mount Marty. And checking back in is Hunter Martin. Daniels with it, and there's going to be a timeout called by Coach Larson. 65-64. The Trojans lead. This has been back and forth, back and forth. Callahan has just fouled out of this game. 26 minutes, 3 of 6 from the field, including 1 of 3 from three-point land, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. No rebounds, 3 turnovers, and a steal. 9 total points. Wilson, who only played 3 minutes before suffering an ankle injury, had 1 turnover, so now the Lancers are short 2. Dakota State has 8 fouls to 5 of Mount Marty. Mount Marty's in the bonus. Nobody really in foul trouble. Johnson with 3, Folkers with 3, Arrington with 3, Farquay with 3. Daniels tonight, 22 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 steals, with the big negative 7 turnovers, 5 of them on Arrington. Daniels with it. Over to Arrington. Daniels gets the ball over to Boomsma. Johnson looks inside. Feed up in good. As Folkers gets 2 more. 3-point lead. 1 minute left in this game. Simmonsma. Hands off. Mateo kick out. Shoemaker 3, partially blocked by Johnson. Daniels comes up with it. And another timeout called by Coach Larson with 36.4 left, 22 seconds on the shot clock. See what the strategy is here for Coach Schilling. Looks like Scarber's checking back in for the Lancers. Coach Larson filling in for Coach Gary Gardner, who just had surgery this week, talking it over with the assistant coaches on what the plan is going to be. I would think they would try and go back inside again to Folkers, as that has been very effective. Folkers has 10 points, 5 of 10 field goals on 17 minutes here. Go inside to him, as there hasn't been an answer to Folkers. As it's Simmonsma. Chesky. Mateo, Shoemaker, and Scarber on the court. Daniels, Shoemaker on him. Daniels, kick, Boomsma. Drive, crossover, up, Boomsma shot in, good. 16 seconds left. Timeout called as the bench goes wild, and a full timeout called by Coach Larson, as he was ecstatic after the make and wanted to call that timeout right away. So the lead is now 5 for the Trojans. This has been back and forth all night. What a great way to finish out our night here. as Chesky's going to inbound. Mateo across the timeline. Mateo for three. Front rim, no good. Rebound Johnson. And he's going to be fouled by Scarber. And a timeout called, 30-second timeout with 8.1 seconds left. (69-64). It was 52-47 at the 9:42 mark in favor of the Lancers. And then 64-60 at 4:35. And since then, it's a 9-0 run for the Trojans to finish this out, as Simmonsma's going to foul Arrington and he'll go to the line to shoot two. So with 4 minutes left in this game, the Lancers have not scored since the 4-minute mark. As Block checks back in, Chesky goes as that free throw is good. So like I said, that one's good as well. It's an 11-0 run in the last 4 minutes and 36 seconds as Mateo misses that one. And just like that, Dakota State comes back after trailing at one point by 7. So just a reminder, we come back here live tomorrow at noon. Turn your clocks back. But before we leave, let's give you our players of the game. For Mount Marty, Marcus Mateo, 27 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And for Dakota State, it goes to Daniels with 22 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. We will see you back here tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon at noon. I want to thank you for joining us today and enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll see you back. Don't forget